travel to Abu Dhabi and serve the people over there in the midst of this global pandemic. I am not at liberty to speak about the work I did over there, but I was asked to share what I learned about the country, cultures, Muslim faith, and my own faith. I would like to thank Pastor Mark and Pastor Nissa for coming and doing the send-off service for my driveway, and all of you for the support and prayers while I was away. I am also grateful for those of you who participated in my send-off parade, as that may have been the only time in my life I have been speechless. Abu Dhabi is located in the country of the United Arab Emirates, UAE for short, which is in the Middle East. It is 7,260 miles from Chatfield, and it took about 13 hours to fly over from Minnesota. The country was established in 1971. My immediate reaction when riding in the bus from the airport to our hotel was that I was going to miss my green grass and trees. The landscape was mostly sand, roads, and immaculately architected buildings. I was grateful to have air conditioning, as the heat index was 115 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit most days. Abu Dhabi has a lot of diversity as people from many countries travel there for work. On my assignment, I had the pleasure of working with people who were from the UAE, but also a lot of people from India and the Philippines. As you can imagine, with so many cultures present in the country, there was a language barrier at times, but also usually somebody nearby to translate. Islam is the world's second largest religion and is the official religion of the UAE. The hotel we stayed at was across this highway from the largest mosque in the country, the Sheikh Zayed Mosque. People who practice Islam are referred to as Muslims. While we were there, the Muslims were observing Ramadan, which is referred to as a holy month of fasting. Ramadan went from April 23rd until May 23rd this year. During Ramadan, Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset. While we were not required to fast, we did refrain from eating or drinking in public from sunrise to sunset during Ramadan. Prior to traveling to the UAE, I had learned a little about Ramadan from my Muslim friends at work. But I did not learn about the Eid Festival. The Eid Festival is usually a big party held for the breaking of the fast. In a typical year, at least 41,000 people travel to the Sheikh Zayed Mosque for the Eid Festival, but this year it is closed due to COVID. There were also strict curfews and gathering restrictions in place to discourage large gatherings for the festival. I learned that the beginning of the Eid Festival is determined by the phases of the moon, and that someone is designated to watch the moon and determine when the festival begins. In the UAE, their work week is Sunday through Thursday in comparison to our Monday through Friday, as their holy day is observed on Friday. One thing that really fascinated me was the dedication that practicing Muslims have to observing their prayer times 5 times a day and to fasting during the month of Ramadan. People would just stop what they were doing, find their mats, and find a place to pray. One night, there were even buses stopped along the highway near the mosque, and the drivers would stop to pray. The prayer times are dawn, before sunrise, midday, after the sun passes its highest point, the late part of the afternoon, just after sunset, and between sunset and midnight. Sometimes I would hear the call to prayer being played from the mosque, from my hotel room. The one time it was really early in the morning when I heard it, so I checked the time and it was 4:09 a.m. As you can imagine, making the decision to travel halfway across the world in the middle of a global pandemic was not an easy one. And it took a whole lot of faith. As I was prayerfully considering if this was my what's next, I came across a Bible verse while scrolling through Facebook. Perhaps this is the exact moment for which you were created. Esther 4, verse 14. This is paraphrased a little, but these words were exactly what I needed to read in that moment. The next day I committed to the opportunity, and a few days later I found out I had been selected. 2.5 weeks after learning about this opportunity to serve, the people of Abu Dhabi, I was on a plane headed there. It happened so fast that I really had to have faith that this was God's plan for my life at the time. Our group was split up into smaller huddle groups of 10 people. The group I was paired with quickly became my Abu Dhabi family. Our assignments proved to be some long and challenging days. Many of us relied heavily on our faith and the support of each other to make it through those days. I recall having faith conversations with many of the group members as we were traveling to and from our assignments or on our days off. Through these conversations, I learned that half of our group, our small huddle group, had read one of my favorite books, Love Does by Bob Goff. This made sense to me because his book is all about showing love to others through your actions and not just your words. I journaled every day while I was on this trip and had 150 pages written by the time my trip story was finished. I wanted to share a little bit of what I wrote on one of my toughest days toward the beginning of this experience. I saw this message right when I needed it last night. Staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It means that even on the hard days, you know there are better days coming. Today was one of those hard days. I have to remember that I'm still learning. I'm learning a lot of new information at once. I have to remember that God is working through me, and this is my what's next, or what's now. I was close to tears trying to fall asleep tonight, and a song from my childhood came to mind, so I sang it. I cast all my cares upon you. I lay all my burdens down at your feet, and any time I don't know what to do, I cast all my cares upon you. Instantly, I felt a sense of calm come over me, and I was finally able to fall asleep. I wish I could say I was at peace for the rest of the trip, but I definitely had more moments of uncertainty, anxiety, and feeling homesick. I did, however, have this night to look back on, and I just kept reminding myself, God brought you here, and He is here with you. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. This journey definitely challenged me and changed me for the good. It brought so many amazing people into my life. These people quickly became my friends and continue to be a part of my life now that we have transitioned back into our lives here. They have become some of my biggest cheerleaders and support people during this time of uncertainty. My faith became a lot stronger while I was abroad. In addition to daily journaling, I spent some time studying a daily devotional. Another verse I relied heavily on throughout my journey was Jeremiah 17, verse 7. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in Him. Being in a strange land and a new assignment definitely took a whole lot of trust in the Lord. This experience also gave me a greater sense of appreciation for my support system back here, my friends, family, and church community. Zoom worship, video chats, phone conversations, or chatting via any other options sure helped during my days when I was feeling anxious or homesick. It also took a whole support system to make sure my dog, Lacey, was taken care of in my absence. If you're one of those people checking in on me or Lacey, thank you. The final question that was asked of me is if I would suggest others seek out a similar opportunity. My answer is absolutely. I had already experienced traveling abroad twice for nursing courses in college. Anytime you take yourself out of your comfort zone, out of your comfortable and familiar settings, it is an opportunity for so much learning and growth. It is an opportunity to learn about other cultures, and you usually end up learning a whole lot about yourself along the way. The best part is the new friendships that are formed with those you travel with and those you meet in the new country. Every Sunday, the pastors close the service with "Go in peace and serve the Lord." We have the opportunity to do this every day as we go about our work, and I was able to do this through my experience as well. If you choose to serve abroad, just remember that not everything about it is going to be comfortable or easy. You can, however, take comfort in the fact that whether you are home or abroad, God brings you where He needs you, and He is there with you.
Thank you, Ellen. Thanks for sharing your experiences and your heart. Blessings to you as well.